Certainly, and turning to a different story, speaking of changes, the NCAA Men's Basketball Rules Committee has formally proposed a 30-second shot clock for the men's game in an effort to try and speed up the process of play and speed everything up. They've also proposed eliminating one timeout each from each team in the second half and reducing the restricted area arc on the court as well. And I'm just wondering, it sounds like they've got pretty decent support among Division I coaches. Internal NCAA polling says 64% of coaches are in favor of a 30-second shot clock. The last time they reduced the shot clock, it was from 45 to 35 seconds in 1993-94. I think it's probably time for this to happen. The game itself was the lowest scoring they've seen ever, just average scores of basketball. What do you guys think?
Troy, I just chuckle during things like this. It doesn't mean a thing to me. If you ever go when you got a blister or something and you buy at Walgreens, you just reach over and get some Band-Aids, and they got all sorts of Band-Aids inside you. They're square ones, and they got long ones and little bitty ones. That's what this reminds me of. Keep doing all that stuff. You know, you're still going to bleed because what's going on is the game's not very good because you're playing with freshmen who are turning pro. And until they figure out what to do about that, and my solution to that is you come out of high school, you want to go to the NBA, go to the NBA, but don't come to college basketball for a year. But the college game is bad, not because of 30-second clocks and restrictive areas and one less timeout. Oh, gosh, that's going to change the game.
It'll help pace and speed it up a little bit.
One timeout? No. What you got to do is you got to decide that one-and-done players are either right or do a deal like the NFL or whatever might be happening where you say your class has to graduate or you got to play 2 years or you don't play at all or something like that. It's just a lousy game.
I like it because the coaches have such puppet strings in these games now. They overcoach everything. And you see it, like even Wisconsin, after they beat Kentucky, then they lose. It's like they're running through 18 different sets. They don't know how to score. It makes a more vertical game, less horizontal. Honestly, I'd like to see it in high school basketball. I mean, obviously, where I'm from, Longmont played for the state championship, but when teams would play them, they just take the air out of the ball. I mean, they would go a minute and a half without a possession.
Wow.
And it's just the shot clock at least forces action. It might not be pretty action, as Woody. It's not a pretty game right now because the best players are playing in the NBA. But anything that increases the pace and forces a team so the coaches can't puppet string it, I'm for. I want the athlete to star, not the coach.